The day is ending, with the setting of the sun. I can feel the blessings falling, sanctifying heart and mind. I can hear the Spirit calling me from care to holy time. There is nothing quite as special, like when we meet on God's Sabbath. This is your Sunset Thought.
Good evening and happy Sabbath. I am Leandre Samuels, host for Sunset Thought. It's so good to be back with you after that extended break. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Nature and the Bible both tell us of God's love. Our Father in heaven gives us life, wisdom, and joy. Look at the wonderful and beautiful things of nature. Think of the many ways they provide for the needs and happiness of all living creatures. The sunshine and the rain tell of our Father's love. The hills, seas, and plains speak of Him. He supplies the daily needs of every creature. In the beautiful Psalms, David wrote of God, "All living things look hopefully to you, and you give them food when they need it. You give them enough and satisfy the needs of all." God made Adam and Eve perfectly holy and happy. The earth was beautiful as it came from the Creator's hand. Nothing was spoiled or dying. But Adam and Eve disobeyed God's law, His law of love. Disobedience brought sadness and death, yet God showed His love even when sin was causing suffering. The Bible says that God cursed the ground for the good of human beings in Genesis 3 verse 17. He permitted thorns and weeds to grow. He allowed trials and troubles to fill people's lives with work and care. These troubles were to help lift men and women out of the ruin and the shame caused by sin. But this sinful world is not all sorrow and pain. Nature itself gives us messages of hope and comfort. Flowers grow on the weeds, and roses cover the thorns. The fact that God is love is shown by every opening flower and blade of grass. Lovely birds singing their happy songs tell us of God's tender care. The bright flowers that sweeten the air and the tall green trees of the forest remind us that He wants to make His children. Thank you for joining me this evening. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. You can also get this podcast on demand in the Google Podcast app, available on the Google Play Store. And join us tomorrow morning at 7:45 a.m. That's right, tomorrow morning at 7:45 a.m. for the return of our weekly news program, Now, the AFM Newsroom. You can't afford to miss it at 7:45 a.m. tomorrow morning. Until then, I am Leandre Samuels. Have a happy Sabbath.
This was Sunset Thought. Catch Sunset Thought on Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern, on YouTube, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. This was produced by Advent Flame Media. Sharing hope, changing lives. Happy Sabbath.